Hi everyone, my name is Shichang Liao. I'm a graduate student from University of Florida. Today, I want to show you something about what I have done for project of class wireless communication. For this project, I focus on orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, OFDM. I will show you what I have learned in OFDM. This is the outline of this presentation. First, I will give you an overview of OFDM. Then, I will introduce some complexity in wireless channel. After that, I will introduce the multi-carrier wireless transmission system, and then introduce FMDA and OFDM. Finally, I will give you a demo of experiments and show you the final result. Today, how can we stream a Full HD movie frequently? Which seems impossible in old networks. In this presentation, I will first show what are the limitations of wireless channel, how wideband single channel are inefficient for transmission. To overcome, how wideband single channel is divided into small subcarriers and increase efficiency by reducing delay spread. How concept of orthogonality is introduced in FDMA and achieved multifold throughput. As we know, wireless communication brings us mobility and global connectivity, but there are several complexities associated with wireless channels. The first one is multipath fading. Unlike a wired channel, which uses a phase path, the signals in a wireless channel can reach a user using multiple paths. All these signals, known as multipath components, may have different channel gain and time delay. This combined effect causes what we know as multipath fading. The second one is delay spread. As a consequence of multipath propagation, the duration of a symbol gets extended. This may interfere with the next symbol. This is called intersymbol interference. Guard periods are introduced to avoid intersymbol interference. The third one is frequency selective fading. Signals having bandwidths higher than the coherence bandwidth of the channel faces variance or attenuation at different frequencies. This automatically distorts the signals and gives rise to frequency selective fading. Complex channel equalization techniques are employed to reduce it. The fourth one is interchannel interference. Often, signal bandwidths of adjunct carrier frequencies overlap with each other, giving rise to interchannel interference. Guard bands were introduced to avoid interchannel interference. All these limitations give rise to multi-access technique, OFDMA. Before diving into OFDMA, let's understand multi-carrier wireless transmission system. Suppose a signal is to be transmitted over bandwidth B. The carrier frequency is Fc. Then symbol time for this would be Ts equal to 1 by B. For a single carrier wideband channel of, I think, 1 MHz, the symbol time would be 1 microsecond. Given that the delay spread of the channel is 2 microseconds, the combined symbol time would be 3 microseconds, which means delay spread occupied 66% of the combined symbol time, thus reducing the efficiency of the channel by 1/3. Because delay spread is difficult to control, the effect of delay spread can be minimized by using multi-subcarriers of lesser bandwidth. So instead of having a single carrier of 1 MHz, we divide it into 100 subcarriers of 10 kHz, each having a symbol duration of 100 microseconds. So a delay spread of 2 microseconds would having a negligible effect over the channel efficiency. This concept is used in FDMA, which uses slower modulating subcarriers of higher symbol duration. As these carriers are modulated with data, they gain bandwidth centered around the subcarrier frequencies. Guard bands are used to separate them in frequency domain. OFDMA, or orthogonal frequency division multiple access, is a special case of FDMA, where users are provided a set of subcarriers overlapping in frequency domain. However, these carriers are specially designed to be orthogonal to each other, which allow them to occupy the same bandwidth without any interference. This in turn negates the use of guard bands. As a result, the subcarriers can be closely packaged to increase channel efficiency. Let's see what is OFDM. OFDM is a multi-carrier broadband modulation technique for transmitting large amounts of digital data. It is using a large number of parallel narrowband subcarriers instead of single wideband carriers to transpose information. Because this is very easy and efficient in dealing with multipath, and it is robust against the narrowband interference. However, it also has some disadvantages. For example, it has high peak to average power ratio, and it is sensitive to frequency offset and phase noise. Let's go back to OFDM with more detailed information. OFDM is a multi-carrier system using discrete Fourier transform or fast Fourier transform. It could be transform signal into carriers. How does OFDM solve multipath problem? There are two key points. First, data is transmitted in parallel because data is carried on orthogonal subcarriers. Orthogonality of carriers is important because it ensures the signal can be separated at receiver side even though they are overlapped together. And this eliminates inter-carrier interference. Because of the use of orthogonality, there are a lot of overlaps among subchannels. This increases the spectral efficiency dramatically than single carrier transmission system. When a certain frequency of the transmission channel exceeds the fading, only the subcarrier in that frequency will get affected. Parallel transmitting ensures a low data rate per subcarrier, which could diminish the possibility of having inter-symbol interference. Second, cyclic prefix. Cyclic prefix is a amount of uncertainties allows for the receivers to capture the starting points of a single period such that the result of FFT still has the correct information. It's adding an infrastructure of the symbol to its head. Typically 25% of the symbol is taken from the end to the front. Let's eliminate inter-symbol interference. Let's look at how OFDM system works. The original binary data is input into Signal Mapper, which is a modulation mapping model. There are many different kinds of modulation schemes such as PSK and QPSK. Signals is transmitted into parallel signal. Parallel insertion is used here to ensure phase noise correction and frequency offset correction. At receiver end, IFFT is used to transform signal from discrete frequency domain to discrete time domain. Then cyclic prefix is inserted. After that, the parallel signal is transmitted into series signal. DA module converts digital signal to analog signal. There are many different kinds of noise in channel, but the additive white Gaussian noise is the typical noise in channel. At receiver side, inverse transforms are used corresponding to the transmitter side separately. Then, I want to give you a demo of my experiments. So let's run this program. It takes some time too. And you can see the result. I also put the result on the slides. From the left figure, you can see when the delay doesn't exist the guard interval, the constellation points are not distorted. The right figure shows that when the delay exists 2% of the cyclic prefix duration, there are some distortion in constellation diagram, which means there are some signal distortion during transmission. Then there are BER curves. The BER curves shows that when SNR equal to 10 dB, the bit error rate close to zero, which indicates the good performance of transmission property of OFDM system. Finally, there are some conclusions. First, IFFT FFT can effectively and simply achieve multi-carrier modulation of OFDM signal. Second, the use of QPSK modulation can transmit multi-bit data at the same time. OFDM can effectively improve the bandwidth efficiency. Third, when SNR equals to 10 dB, the bit error rate closes to zero, which indicates the good performance of transmission property of OFDM system. That's all for the presentation. Thank you very much.